the chat. As everyone is joining us, would you please introduce yourselves in the chat? Now we will be having SBDC business analyst Jeri Denniston give us the overview of the SBDC.
Thank you, Eileen. I appreciate that. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I've got a few slides, and then we're going to go. Oh, we've disabled participant screen sharing, so please. There we go. Okay. And then we'll get into Canva. So let me just share my screen, and then we'll start the slide program. All right. So first of all, let me just talk a little bit about the SBDC for those of you who may not be aware of what we are. We're the Small Business Development Center at Maricopa Community College District. And we're part of a national and statewide network of SBDCs. There are actually 10 SBDCs in the state of Arizona. I think there are close to 1,000 SBDCs across the US, and even some in Latin America and in other countries. So it's really a widespread organization. The reason that our services are no fee is that we are funded by the Federal Small Business Administration and hosted by Maricopa Community College District. Each of the SBDCs in the state of Arizona is hosted by a college or a university. And that's part of why we're able to offer our services at no charge. At Maricopa, we are the lead center in the state, and we have 15 counselors with a wide variety of expertise to help you start, grow, and even exit your small business. At the end of our session, I'll tell you a little bit more about the SBDC and how you can access our services. And I'll mention some of the programs that we offer, such as this, at no charge to our clients. I also want to let you know that we have partnerships with many organizations, two of them being the Arizona Commerce Authority, which has a wide variety of tools for small businesses and that we can make available to you. And also the city of Peoria is a partner with us. So if you live in that area, then we have counselors who specialize in the Peoria area, and you might get assigned to one of them. So let's dive in to our, well, no, let's not dive in yet. A little bit about me. I am a certified small business advisor. I've been with the SBDC for now going almost 5 years. I started with the Yavapai College Small Business Development Center. I was the director there for 4 years. And then in about April of this year, I joined Maricopa as a business analyst part-time because I really wanted to be more in touch with the business owners. As a director, you know, it's exciting and you get to build a team, but as a business analyst, I get to really work hands-on with the clients, and that's where the fun is. So I've got more than 30 years of experience in marketing, and most of it in digital marketing, plus strategic management. I'm not going to read the whole background. You can see that for yourself. But just to give you kind of an idea of my background. Today, we're going to talk about, I'm going to show you a slide on pricing plans because there are free and premium versions of Canva. It's a phenomenal tool. And even in the free version, it's a phenomenal tool. So we'll talk a little bit about that and some of the similarities and differences. And then we're going to dive right into Canva. And we'll look at some templates. I'm going to show you how to navigate if you are not familiar with Canva and have not used it. And then we'll work on an Instagram post. That's the goal today, is to actually finish with an Instagram post. So here you see the free version. You've got thousands of templates to work with. You've got hundreds of design types that you can choose from. It's not just social media, but all kinds of things, presentations, letters, posters, variety of things. And they've got a bunch of free photos, videos, graphics that you can use at no charge. And the nice thing is, even with the free version, you can have a team. So you can work in collaboration with other people on that free version and comment and make changes in real time. So that's an advantage. I am going to show you the pro version. That's my own account, my own personal account through my company. And it's the reason we went this way is because you get some additional advantages. You've got everything that the free offers, but you've got more premium stock photos. and templates to choose from. But one of the, I didn't mean to do that. Let me back up here. One of the things I really like about this is the removing the image background. So when you upload a logo, frequently you'll see there's a white box around it. And if it's a JPEG, it's going to have a white box around it. Usually if it's a PNG, it may not have, it'll be transparent background. But that white box, and sometimes even if you add a box in Canva and it's a color, maybe you don't want the logo to also have a white box around it, or any image that you might upload. So you can remove it with this premium version. You can also resize the designs as, infinitely. So that's not an option you can do in the free version. And then you can save those designs as templates. But the other thing you get with this pro version is you can create a brand kit. So once you upload your logo, it will identify the colors in that logo. And now you can create that as a brand kit that you can use. I'll show you that as we go. And then you can select certain fonts so that every time you design something in Canva, you're designing it with your brand colors and your brand font or fonts. And that's really an important feature going forward. I think we're using this $120 a year, so it's really affordable. Plus you can have unlimited numbers of team members, create folders, store everything, organize it well. I'll show you that as well. There's an enterprise version for much larger organizations, but we're talking about small businesses, so I don't think that really is applicable. So let's look at, this is what you're gonna, when you first arrive at Canva, this is going to be, once you've logged in to your account, this is your dashboard. So let's just go there. I'm going to stop sharing this screen. And I am going to, let me see, I need to stop the slide deck. So this is where we are. Let me share my screen again. And now let's just walk around Canva. In the chat, would any of you, would you identify whether or not you use Canva? Just let me know. I'm just curious how many of you are actually, so Bruce, yes. Jay, Shira, you do. Samantha, not yet. Just got it. Okay, still not very, okay, good. Use the free. So great. Okay, so I don't have a bunch of users on the webinar here, so I'm not going to bore you. Okay, good. So let's just start. I want to show you first of all the navigation. So let's go down this left-hand column. You can always go back to this homepage, and this is where you'll end up, is on this screen. Your projects, anything that you have created, are now going to be organized here. If you have not created folders, I'm not sure if the free version allows you to do this, but this is a really nice feature of the pro version. You can organize all your projects into different folders. You can organize them by clients. If you happen to be someone who's working with with a variety of clients and you're doing the graphic design for them, or if you are just creating projects for yourself, you want to do a summer campaign and then you want to do a winter one and you want to do something seasonal, then it might be useful to have those as separate folders. So it's easy to find your images and your designs down the road. In the pro version, you can create templates, save your designs as templates, but you also get a wide variety of templates here that you can select from. And then the nice thing here is that you can, once you've done this, you can modify any one of these templates. You can see there's desktop and smartphone varieties of templates that you can choose from. Then you've got these categories. So you can choose from the templates, you can choose we're just trying to narrow things down, right? There are just so many options on Canva that if you're looking for social media, which is where we're going to go, then that's where you can go. If you want to create a video, you can do a video that you're going to post or download and put on your website. So lots of different options there. You can choose a style here for modern or elegant or simple, aesthetic. I mean, it's fun to explore, and I would recommend that you do. And then there are different themes. So, you know, if you have a specific theme that you're looking for, like it has to be pink, or it's a sale that you're focusing on, or illustrations, you want to do something that's showcasing illustrations. Then there are these colors. So you could choose a color background, and this button here gives you zillions of options of colors. If you happen to know the color code, and I recommend that you do figure out for your own branding, your colors, that you know exactly what that color code is, what type of red or green or blue or yellow you are using in your logo, and you write those down somewhere. So that way you can just type that color code in here, and you know that you will always get that color, that shade of red. And that's important from a branding standpoint. So those are, let's go back now. I'm not changing anything here. And let's go back up here to the top, go home. And now you'll see, we'll look at this. You can do a search in the search bar. And so you can just type, I'm looking for an Instagram post. I'm not going to do that right now because I want to show you the navigation here. But here's some little cheats. I'm looking for a presentation or social media or video. You can click the more button and you can see what the other options are that are available. You can create an infographic, a photo collage, book covers. I mean, it's just a useful tool. You can design a logo in here if that's something that you wanted to do. And then you can just scroll down and kind of look at these different templates. So you get these different options, wallpaper, graphs. You can create a Zoom background, a virtual background for Zoom, which is also a nice thing to do, because that way you can brand. This is a Zoom background that I created in Canva, and then I added the SBDC logo. So you can create a nice branded background for yourself. And if you're doing a lot of webinars, that's a useful thing to do. So let's just go here, and I'm just going to type in Instagram. And then you see you've got Instagram Live, you've got a grid, you've got an ad you can create. We're going to just do a post, but you could also create a story in here. There's a wide variety of Instagram tools, Instagram features that you can use. So, all right, so here we are at a post, and these are very wide variety of templates that you can choose to use. Any one of these templates, by the way. You can start with a blank one. The nice thing, I'll just start with a blank one, and that way we'll get the other toolbar along the side. The nice thing about using Canva is you don't have to worry about the size, right? It's already sized for Instagram, this square version. And if you start designing something and you're not sure you like it, but you don't want to lose it, then just add another page and you can create another design based on that one, or you can duplicate the page so that then, you know, you start with the same items. Like here, we could duplicate it. We get another blank page because I hadn't created anything. But this way now you can play around on the second one, get rid of the things that you think you didn't want, and play around some more. So now you've got 2 pages to work with. Down on the left-hand side here, you see some, if you've been in here recently, it'll show you some recently used templates. These are ones that I have used recently for another client. 4th of July, we just had that, so we just went through that. You'll also see all these other templates that Canva is just suggesting for you. So you could pick one of these that you like, that's color, a color, maybe it's a color scheme, or it's the words that you like, you know, like this dance, maybe that's something that would be of interest, and then you can change everything. Before we go there, I want to point out these tools. All right, we're in templates right now, and you can search any template. You can, and these are some of the words I searched on. You can see 4th of July, Juneteenth, International Joke Day. Those were different posts I was creating for another client. Elements, this is a really interesting feature. And if you're uploading your own images or you're uploading a logo, then these elements are going to be useful. So you can drag the element over like this, and you can resize it. And if you wanted something like this, then you can put an image, upload an image in here, and it's going to fit the image into this element. So you'll have these, you'll have some, it'll have torn paper all around it. And if that's a look that you're interested in, then that's something you might want to play around with. But you've got other elements to work with. So especially if you've got a square logo, you might want the square one. If you've got a round logo, you might want the round one. And you pick this element, your logo will fit within that circle, or your logo will fit within this particular image. If you drag the logo over, Canva thinks you want the logo on top to fill the whole page. So sometimes it's kind of difficult to get the image sized properly if you haven't got the element as your background, your base to hold that particular image. Then you've got the rest of this space to work with to create, add text, to create other background images, etc. So elements is an interesting feature. You've got lines and shapes to work with here. These are going to, and then you can change the colors of them, but these are other things that you can work with and add in here. You've got a wide variety of graphic tools to use, you know, hearts, stars, all kinds of different graphics, just worth exploring. These stickers have animation to them. So, you know, that might be something. If I dragged the animation, this sticker over here, you can see it's got the animation. I could let me see if I can fit it into that. It's not going to fit into the template. It sits on top of it, but it doesn't take its place. So the graphic, the photo would do that. And then I just hit the, I'm going to just delete it. Just hit the delete key and you can get rid of it. Photos. Okay, let's see. Let's pick a photo here just to play around a little bit. Let's take this photo. And you'll see how this photo initially went to the full width of that, of the Instagram post, but then popped into this space. So now you've got some torn edges around the photo that kind of creates a nice little image and that you can work around, something artistic, if that works for you. So let's look at text, because Canva offers you a wide variety of text. So you can drag a heading over here and it'll automatically size it. It says this, you know, here's the heading. As you expand the little toolbar, I'm not sure what you call these, but the expansion area, you'll see the headline grows, right? The size of that grows. If that's too big, you'll see over here that this is at 95 points. Well, you can change the point size and you can just type it in, or you can simply go, no, I really only want it at 48. So that will adjust it to 48. And the point, you'll see here that the text is in RMO or a Remo font, but you can change that font. And there are just hundreds of different fonts to choose from that are sans serif, that are script, that are, you know, a wide variety of fonts that you can choose from that go with your brand or with your the image that you're trying to create. So you can choose a, you know, wide variety, and especially like if you're doing something for Halloween for certain seasons, then you might want some of those, you know, dripping blood kind of kind of fonts. My audio keeps breaking up. Someone said, oh gosh, I'm sorry. I'm on a headset and I'm on Wi-Fi. That may be part of the problem. I'm noticing how slow this is. Okay, audio fine here. And okay, good. Other people are not hearing an issue. Okay, good, I'm glad. So let's get back here. This button I had skipped over. This is your uploads. So all the images that you upload into Canva are stored here. And you can also, if you put folders, created folders, then you can find them in folders if you've added them in there. So these are the different images that I have uploaded for different clients and for the work that I've done for our own business. So I can drag any one of these over here. And let me just get rid of this photo right now. And let me use this. I'll just show you this. This is the logo. So here's a challenge. This is a logo of a client, or an older logo of a client. And it doesn't fit within that square. So I can edit the image. And sometimes this doesn't always work, but I'm gonna, let's see. Oh no, I think if I double click on it, yeah. If I double click on it, I may be able, I'm not able to make it smaller. So so in this situation, I probably want to get rid of the box. But I'll show you what happens here. It's going to try to fill the whole space. So it is not always, this time it worked. Okay, it isn't always possible, and I'm not sure why. I'm not that, I'm well versed in Canva because I use it a lot, but I wouldn't say I am high-end expert in terms of really studying the tool. So I just play around and I figure out, okay, this time it did work, but other times it doesn't always work and it fills the whole space. But anyway, all your uploads are in this area. And then we've talked about text. This is photos. So this is where all of your photos, not your photos, because yours are always in uploads, but these are all the different photos that you have available to you that you can play around with. And you'll have more of them if you're in the pro version versus the few, you'll have less if you're in the free version. These are the different styles. And so this gives you these different color schemes. And you can choose those color schemes, and then Canva will default to those color schemes as you start to add text and images and choose different colors. It'll default to that. Doesn't mean you're stuck with those, because you can always choose other colors. Then let's look at videos. These are some might be nice things to put. You might want to put a video that has a moving background. For example, if I added this as a background and I have it fill the whole space, and you can do it larger. Even you don't have to have it fill the square, right? Because you can drag this and make it larger, and only the portion that's in the square is going to actually show. But now I've got clouds moving. Let me see if I can, it's really slow, and that's probably because I've got PowerPoint up as well as, and we're doing Zoom. Okay, so let's see that. So let's say I want that as my background video, and you can see it's covering up this bus here. So all I have to do, I can either right click on this and I get these options, and I can bring it forward. And now the bus is on top. The other option is you'll see this position menu item. If you click on that, you get the options to send it to the back, bring it forward, have it centered, make it flush right, flush left. There are different options for positioning text, for positioning videos, for positioning images. Let's look at backgrounds, and I will just get anytime you want to delete something, you can either use the delete key, or you can, I think if I hit this, it's going to delete the whole page. So let's just right click, use the right click button and hit delete, and it goes away. Eventually it will go away. Oh, no, not going away. Okay. I had to hit the delete key on the keyboard. And I really think that's a function of too much going on my computer. So not a function of Canva. Let's look at backgrounds. There are a variety of backgrounds you can see that you can choose from. So you can just drag them over and it fills the whole space. So that gives you something to play around with. Let's just get rid of this logo in the middle. And so now you've got a background, and now you've got some, you can just work within that and add some other layers to it. So basically that's really what you're doing, is start with maybe with a background, or a template, and then just begin adding layers to this. Let's see, background. So here's another feature, and I think this is a feature, not sure if it's a feature in only in free or in the premium version, but you can connect Google Drive. So if you store all your images, and I do that, I have a client that where all of the files are stored on Google Drive. Well, I can connect Canva to that Google Drive, and then I have access to all of those images and photos, logos, etc. from Google Drive. And I may have to download them and then upload them, or I haven't really tried that because it's my Canva tool and I don't want to connect it to their Google Drive folder. So I just go into Google Drive and download and then upload the photos. But you could, if it's your Google Drive and your Canva account, I don't see why you shouldn't connect the two so that you can have access, and all your images then are stored there and usable here in Canva. These are the folders, I think. This is going to show, yes. So this is a folder for one client, and it shows the most recent folders and the different designs. This is another. This is our own business, and I haven't done a whole variety of things there, and another. So your folders would show up here at the bottom, and then the logos, if I've only got one logo in here because I've put the other logos in the folders. So I just scroll all the way to the top, and let's just get back to templates here. So this is the interactive portion here. What I'd like to have us do is let's work on an Instagram post. And what would you like to focus on? What shall we do as a post? What's coming up? Let's put in the chat some ideas. Do we want to do something about summer? Do you have something that you want to design relative to your business? Labor Day. Okay, let's do Labor Day. All right, that sounds good. All right, so here is, all I have to do is type Labor Day. So let's look at Labor Day Instagram posts. And this will just give you something to start with, right? So, all right. Let's see, what do we like here? Do you want to make it fun and like a barbecue or a picnic? Do we want to do red, white, and blue? What are some of the ideas? Looking for some suggestions here. Just put something into the chat. If you see something that you like, just, maybe here's fun, red, white, and blue. Okay, I like that. Fun and red, white, and blue. All right, how about this one? This is a family, happy Labor Day. Kind of boring. Maybe we want to do, let's see. So you see, I just deleted one portion of this, right? And I'll get rid of this. And so all of these are separate pieces, including the stars. And this, you can just drag your cursor around all of those elements and it'll take them all. And then I can hit the delete key and start over again. So here's one. This is kind of red, white, and blue, and happy Labor Day. It's just a colorful one. I don't know how much fun it is, but now each one of these, you see, each one of these is a different element. I can take those, I can remove those and replace them with something else. Same thing here. This is another element. This is a different font. I can change that font. I can change this font. So all of this is changeable, which is kind of a nice feature in Canva. You start with a template, and then you start eliminating or changing things to customize it the way that you want. Let me see if I'm going to scroll down to this other page. Let's see if we can find something that maybe is a little bit more fun. And here's one. This is an interesting. Some of these you'll find And I guess that's another feature I should indicate. This one is a free one, but right here, can you see the little crown and it says Pro? So if you have only the free version of Canva, you will not have access to these, or you'll have to pay for them. I don't think they're very expensive. If you just did one off and you wanted to purchase the Pro version image, it's maybe $2 or $3. I'm not sure. But in the free version, you don't have access to it unless you pay for it. In the Pro version, I've got access to all of these Pro items as well as the free version. And you'll see here, this template actually has a second page. As I was scrolling over, you can see there's this one and there's this one, so I can add both. But and these are the color schemes that come with that template. So then you can change out the color schemes if you want to, if that doesn't appeal to you. And I can apply both pages, and so it'll automatically add them both. So, you know, if you were doing a card, for example, a happy Labor Day post, or this is an Instagram post, but now you've got two posts, so you could follow one with the other, right? So you could do one post in the morning and the other in the afternoon, and just change out this image for the second post if you wanted to do that. Let me see. The other thing that is a nice feature in Canva is this undo function. So I can just undo and let's undo again. And I've got the blank page. And now let's go back and let's see if we find another more fun Labor Day. Trying to find something that's got people in it that's really looks like a fun Labor Day image. Maybe Labor Day isn't such a fun day. It is celebrating workers. So let's look at this one. It's taking a while. Okay, International Labor Day celebration on May 1. So you can add, and you'll see this is where, you know, Licorice and Company present. Okay, you can change that to your name. You could also just delete that particular thing, and you can add a logo. So let's just go down there and I'll show you. I'll just drag. I don't want the folders. Well, let me just drag this logo in. Now see, you see it initially, it tries to make it the whole, take over the whole space. But then if I just keep holding it, I can get it to resolve, and then I can change the size. So I can put the logo up here. I can make it even smaller. And then these, you'll see these lines. You see the crosshatch, the pink lines, one is horizontal, one's vertical. That helps you align the images. So right now it's lining up just, you know, on above the international. If I move the logo over, there's the center. Okay, then it shows me that center line. Now it is exactly centered in the square. And that may be where I want it. Then I can change this color. So let's go here, and this is where this tool comes in handy. So these are my brands. This is my brand kit, right? So since orange is not one of our brands, maybe I want to change it to purple or the blue. And if I don't care about it having the brand color, then maybe I just pick a red and use that. And if I want a specific color that isn't one of those in the color palette that's suggested, this is where you can, you know, you can either just drag this around and you've got a different color to choose from. So you can play around that way, or you can drag this over and you'll see you get all of these different colors that you can choose from. So you can, and maybe that's the color I want it to be. So I click on that, and this Labor Day has changed, right? So that's now using that particular color, and this is the code. If you finally, and if you arrive at a color code that you like and you want to keep, then I recommend writing it down and keeping it on hand. So you can always use that color code again. And then if I don't want this image or this image, I can change those out. But May 1 p.m. I don't know. Oh, because it's going to, maybe there's a party going on, right? May 1, 04 at 4 p.m. So this looks like it would be a celebration. We're going to do this at 4 p.m. Let's see about adding something else in here. And maybe we don't want these images. We wanted to do something fun. So let's go back to, let's go back up here, not to elements. Let me see if I can find barbecue. And see what we find in the way of barbecues. Okay, so let's say what we're doing is we're talking, that doesn't look centered over Labor Day. So I'm gonna, there, that's better. So we want a barbecue and we want it to be fun. So let's drag that image over here. And let's say this is a barbecue that we're going to send, we're announcing on Instagram. So we're going to host a barbecue at 4 p.m. on May 1. And then we better tell people where that barbecue is going to be, shouldn't we? It's a celebration, barbecue. Maybe we're going to have some sodas. Oh, come on. So this is where having the elements handy. Oops, don't want that. You see how it keeps changing. Come on. Nope, didn't work. Okay, so let me go up to elements and let me put one of those elements in here. And I don't want a square, I don't want a heart. Let me see, that's going to give me the recently used at the top. Let me see if I can just get to the, click on all elements. What I'm trying to get to are those cloud backgrounds, shapes. But you can see the wide variety of elements that there are available here. Let's see if we can finally get to frame. Ah, that's what I'm looking for. Frame. Okay, so let's use, let's try this frame for the soda. And another frame. Are there filters to look for fun? Oh, good point, Samantha. Yes, there are filters. So let me go back and find that soda. I was in barbecue. Okay, this is, look at soda. Now I'm getting photos. And I want not photos, but the graphics. So I lost my sodas. But let me see. Okay, I can put this barbecue in the filter square there in that element. Now I can move the whole thing around. Wow, this is really slow. That's why it's just dancing all over the place with my mouse. Okay, let's see if I can resize this by double clicking on it. Get the whole thing in there. Not quite. May have to enlarge the. There's a way to do that, and I haven't perfected that yet. So I'm just trying to give you some ideas and tips. And as you play around on this more, where we were looking at templates is where the soda was. Okay, but let me look at filters, okay? Because that's something that you wanted. You had a question, are there filters? So when you edit the image, then you've got all of these filters to play with. So, and I don't know how many of these are available in the free version versus the pro version, but you've got this epic, festive, summer, and it'll change it a little bit afterglow. It isn't changing the image very much, but it does work really well with photos if you're trying to you're trying to change the look of the photo. It gives you a wide variety. You can change the intensity, the saturation, the contrast, the brightness. It may not work so well with the graphic images, but it does really well with photos. And then you've got shadows you can add. So we can add a drop shadow to the to this image. It may take a little bit of time to. So it's added a drop shadow, kind of blurred a little bit. You can create frames that are for desktop. Oh, here we go. Here's some paint effects. Let's see if I can change that barbecue using this paint effect. And let's see what happens here. Yeah, so now we've got so now we've got that effect that we've applied to the barbecue. That's changed it up. You can retouch. You do face retouch here. That's I haven't tried that one yet, but you can see that there's a wide variety. Can these images be downloaded and added to PowerPoint presentations? Since Canva owns the images, you meant a search filter. When we're looking for Labor Day. Okay, got it. Canva owns these, so you would have to probably give credit to Canva. But yeah, what you can do is download the whole, you can download the whole post, right? So that's where it's under this share button. Once you've designed something you like, then you can either copy the link and you can send people to this page in Canva, which I don't usually do. You can also connect your Instagram account and you can post it directly to Instagram, which I don't do because I prefer to choose to be able to schedule it when I want to. But you can hit the download button here, and then it will default to all the pages. It'll also suggest that you do it and you download it as a PNG, but you can download it as a PDF, as a video. If you've got moving backgrounds in there, you can download it as a JPEG, but it's going to download the whole thing. So if you do want to just have that image, then I would download the entire page or multiple, and you can choose. You don't have to download both pages. You can just uncheck this box and choose the page that you want. which is handy because if you've created like 6 pages or 7 pages, then you just want the one, then you download that, and then you can use a cropping tool and crop out just that image if that's the image you wanted to use in a PowerPoint. So that's where I was going with that. So Nancy's saying, if I want to have a recruiter view my Canva project, is it possible to download it into my Google Drive and provide a link to it? So you can connect your Google Drive to Canva. So then it would be in your Google Drive. And then you could just share the link to that folder or that project in Google Drive with your recruiter. So you could do it that way. Otherwise, you download the whole Canva project, like I'm showing you here, and then you'll get a zip drive. That's what happens when you've got multiple pages in your Canva project. It'll get download as a zip folder that you then have to unpack, and then you can upload all of those images into Google Drive. So it'd be like a two-step process, not a kind of automatic. And let me see who else that was. So this is Samantha was saying you meant search in the search. Yeah, this search, I have to be in the right, when you said filters, I have to be in the right area. And so then, yeah, I'd have to go to elements and then type in the search box for Labor Day template. We're looking for a fun template. So let's see, let's go to templates and let's just see if we can do fun barbecue, fun Labor Day. No results for fun Labor Day. So definitely results for Labor Day. And why are they? I'm in uploads. See, I was in the wrong place. So let's go to templates. You have to make sure you're in the right area. And here's Labor Day Instagram post. So that's where we were. But that's not where the sodas were showing up. It was showing that soda was showing up in, somehow I was in the elements. I did a barbecue. So let's go here, barbecue. And I was probably in templates. Wasn't in templates, I was probably in elements. So you have to make sure you're in the right, you've chosen the right one. Yeah, this is where it was. And so the soda was showing up in here. Now maybe I could find. Let's see if I can find soda. And maybe it's not called a soda either, but I've got soda cans. We've got other kinds of sodas. Anyways, I'm not finding the one that I was looking at, but that would be kind of fun. Put that over here. So now it's going to be a moving element that shows up. And it resized a little bit too tall and skinny. Again, it's my computer. It's just because everything's really slow. I've got too much going on. But if you wanted to have a moving element in there, then that would be another way to do it. Okay, so Samantha, all good now. Hard to manage questions and lead a session. I think it was popcorn. It might have been Anna. It might have been popcorn. Yeah, let's see. It could have been popcorn. We're just trying to have some fun here. There, you're right. I think you're right. It was popcorn. So let's drag popcorn over here and see if we can do that better. Okay, can I release? Yeah, let go. Okay, so we got popcorn. Let's get rid of the jumping margarita or whatever that is. Get rid of that element. Okay, we're almost at the end. Are there questions? I just wanted, what I wanted to do here is give you an idea of the power of this tool and how easy it is to design. You can get carried away, but it's easy to use this tool to design a wide variety of things. So let me just go back here to templates. I'm going to go back home actually. And let's just look at some of these from a business standpoint. Yeah, very options, a lot of options, Samantha, to get lost in. Absolutely. Which is why it's good to start with a template. Does Canva get downloaded or is it done? No, it can be an app on your phone. So there is a Canva app on a smartphone, which you might want to download because you can create a post on the fly, which is kind of a nice tool. But the Canva tool that I'm using is actually in the web browser. So it works on Firefox, it works on Chrome. I imagine it works on Safari or whatever the latest browser tool is for Mac. That I don't know. So I'm glad you enjoyed the session. That's great. Any other questions? My first project, let me see, who is this? Nancy. My first project is in a free account. I did an infographic. Want to put 3 of those images on one page. How? In the free account. It's in the infographic. Put 3. Oh, you want to put 3 infographics on one page? So maybe Nancy, you and I can talk offline. I don't know that I have time to try to explore that, especially with my computer being as slow as it is. And let me get back because we're almost out of time. I'm going to stop sharing and get back to the slide deck. Please post email. Yes, you'll get my email. Let me get back to my slide deck here. My email is in the slide deck. And also, Eileen, you could put that in the, my email in the chat if you would. And let me just start the slides again. And I have to share my screen first, sorry. Otherwise all right. So this is my email, and I've asked Eileen to put it in the chat, but it's jeri.denniston@dumail.maricopa.edu. So feel free to send me an email with your question, and maybe we can chat offline about your particular question regarding putting all 3 images on one page, and we can explore that. But let me tell you just a little bit about the SBDC. This is easier for you to see. So this link here, www.maricopa-sbdc.com, is the website for our SBDC, and that's where you can register for counseling services if you live and work in Maricopa County. Now, if you are outside of Maricopa County, then you need to find the SBDC that's nearest to you. There's one in Tucson area, in the Pima County area. There's one in Yavapai County. There's Gila County. We've got one in Flagstaff. We've got them all over the state. So choose the SBDC that's nearest to you, but this one will take you to the Maricopa, because each one of us can only work with clients who live and work in the county where we have our office. So that's the first step, is to go to the website and request assistance from the SBDC. Then you will be assigned, Eileen actually receives all of those, and within a few days, she'll be contacting you via email to assign you to a counselor. And she'll assign you to a counselor based on whatever your interests are, what your needs are. We have a wide variety of generalists, but we also have 3 former bankers on our team. So if you're looking for a loan, then chances are you may be assigned to one of those former lenders to work with to help you get a loan package put together. Otherwise, you'll be assigned to a generalist. The next step then here is that counselor, in a matter of days, so we try to respond within 48 hours, but because of the timing, many of us only work part-time. For example, I only work Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So if you were to sign up on Thursday afternoon and Eileen is, and we're off on Fridays right now for summer hours, so no one works on Friday. Eileen will be back in the office on Monday. So that would probably be the first time she would see your request for counseling. So that's why we say, you know, give us a few days, because depending on the day of the week in which you signed up, it may be next Tuesday or Wednesday before someone is reaching out to you. But we make a very strong effort once Eileen has assigned us a client to work with to reach out to you within a couple of days. And then we'll schedule the initial counseling session. And once in that initial counseling session, that's where we go over the scope of, you know, what you're looking for, what are your goals, what's the vision for your organization, what are your challenges, how can we help you, and identify some next steps. And then we'll set up follow-on sessions with you. Could be, you know, several weeks out, could be a month out. It all depends on your needs. Because our services are free, we'll work with you as long as you need us. And our goal is to build a long-term relationship with our clients. So it's, you know, we really want to help you grow, and we can help you start a business. There is a pre-venture counselor who works with people who haven't started a business, and helps you go through that whole business start process. And then you get handed off to a generalist, a business analyst, who then works on helping you grow your business, achieve your goals, reach your revenue goals, et cetera, and build and keep going from there. And then we help you track your goals. So that's part of what we do as well. We'll be asking you periodically to fill out what's called a client growth assessment. And that's to just track how, you know, have you added more staff? Have you increased your revenue? Have you actually invested more in your business? Have you gotten a loan? And we help you track that. And we have some other tools that we give you, free tools that we make available to you to help you track your progress in your business. That's part of the whole relationship that we build with you as we're going through this process. The SBA does require that we provide them with certain information, and that is all aggregated numbers. So everything that we do with you one-on-one is confidential between us and you. And the only information we share with the SBA is aggregate information about total jobs that were created, total amount of owner investment and or loans that were generated in that fiscal year, total number of business starts. So we don't, your business and your name is not tied to any of that information that is forwarded to the SBA. So that is the end of our session today. I want to thank you for joining us. And again, go to Maricopa-SBDC is it .com? I think it was .com, not .edu, right? Yes, Maricopa-SBDC.com. If you're interested in scheduling some help with the SBDC. If you are not a current client of the SBDC, I will ask you to please register because otherwise I can't work with you. And that one individual in particular, you can reach out to me. I can help you at one time. But if you are not a client of the SBDC, then it just, because of the way we're funded by the SBA, we do need to track the time that we spend with clients. So please do register for assistance. And where can I see what other sessions like this are offered? We have, if you go to that website, you'll see there's a pull down menu for pre-recorded trainings. And we have plenty of pre-recorded trainings on a wide variety of topics. So that would be, those are all available to you at no charge. So go and watch those. They're very useful. I see Samantha saying would love to see a session on Slack or Asana. I think there's some of us, I have used Asana, but I'm not an expert in that. But there are some members of our team who may be more up to speed on Asana or Slack, or we can find an expert. That's a good topic to talk about because it's a great collaboration tool. So good. And I'm glad you found this useful. All right. Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias por asistir hoy. Thank you for joining us. Free Canva was very limited, so really appreciate presentation using the Pro account. Good. Okay, so, and it's $120 a year. That's really affordable to get advantage to all those tools. So glad to have you join us. Thank you so much for the interaction. And I look forward to seeing you the next time around. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.